So we have filters too. Remember,
Does it show you anything on there?
it was the second quarter 2020, since I filled refills in the school. Because we're still, second quarter was still.
Of paying us.
Mostly it says $136.99.
Randolph, so they would pay us the $136.99. So that one
You're gonna see.
is a void.
$100 for
That's our,
it. $750?
no,
The audit is $16,440.
Altogether, I thought done this as part of the whole fire.
Well, I guess they did that first before they actually did the audit, which is what the book, they did the $16,440.
Supposedly, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but we should also still be paying Legal Aid. Legal Aid notice on that.
Total tax receipts month to date.
Quarter, you said they haven't been having court, are they?
7 cents.
I have a question, for the municipal court, you said they haven't been having court, are they gonna be doing something,
As to who went on what days. So I think Ron said he has to go Monday, has to do it over the computer on Monday. What you do is committee reports also, and then get the motion after you do
Are
it.
there any committee reports?
I have nothing.
I have nothing.
I have nothing.
nothing?
I just would like to point that out and see if we can actually look into this later on, probably, put on the agenda next time. See the sidewalk over here getting kind of deteriorated. Right in front of us over here. Rail system, see if we can paint those.
Yes, put it in the rain, because it's gonna wash it away, so once the weather is decent enough, they're gonna do it.
We're talking about sidewalk.
And the side, also.
No,
the side-
where's
No, but in the street with the baby carriage.
We're,
That's not,
you're talking about Franklin, right?
no, I'm talking about Monroe. When
Oh, as you come in.
Come in,
Oh.
so that when they come off of Franklin, they could push their carriage.
That would be good for a community.
Would new business?
Finish work for us, and
And we'll be paying how much?
approximately $13,000, no less.
So motion for AGM contracting, $79,150 with our grant, which will be paying about $13,000.
Correct.
Does that include the parking lot?
Is it going to permit space for
I
that?
think they were building that up in the back when they.
Resend my vote.
Let's see, what he says.
Okay.
Okay, next.
The medical marijuana dispensary.
Application.
Yeah, codification of our code book.
Well, for the interest of the parties in the audience, over the years, we have ordinances that we pass that are not included in the ordinance book. They're just sort of hanging around the ordinance book.
And the cost of it is $6,468. Out the Z code, and if we actually by law have to have it, it would make it the E code. That's an annual fee that you'd be paying. Yes.
Well, why can't you update it? And they copy the papers and send them to us, and that's gonna cost that much money? And it
It's
has
up
to
to
be
you,
done.
I mean, you know.
Does it have to be done?
Do we already have all the
Well, yeah, I mean.
We're just
when
gonna
we
add the
get-
new ones to
when
it.
we- Yeah, it's only gonna be the new ones.
How about the one that will have to be updated? Or that we probably passed it on, what, long time ago?
As you pay to these people, so they can put them in, you know, do everything, update them, put them where
Take
they
the old ones
belong.
out and put the new ones in? or-
No,
So don't you have a copy of the stuff that you send in?
yes,
And if someone needs it, you could just look.
well, you
it up.
all have it too.
Okay.
Everybody that has an ordinance book has them.
So
You
how
know,
do you
so, I mean,
decide?
that's up to you as to whether or not you wanna do it. I know the attorney asked about it, and I said, well, let me find out and let me, you know, get the cost that they would, you know, charge you for doing it.
You have won't fit your book.
So.
Have to let them know one way or another what we're doing.
I say no.
I don't know about the eco. The eco is gonna facilitate. $1,200 a year for somebody else to go and look for the code.
You're right.
Well, the code covers the town.
Over here, and that's them.
You would check to see if it was mandatory.
Yeah, I've been asking them, they.
Next on the list is the medical marijuana dispensary.
Yeah, and we have nothing on the books at this time. I need to know how council feels about this. If you are to get the opinion from the council first.
Marijuana on the ordinance.
Allowing so much marijuana, not medical, which is what they were talking about for next door, if they decide to go in there.
As for approval to do medical marijuana, because they talking about already
That's grown.
selling regularly to
Right.
everybody else.
Right now in our town. And any kind of revenue is good.
Among approved uses would be a marijuana dispensary. What they can get, like they.
Councilman Lorenzo,
Yes.
Councilwoman Garcia Montez.
Yes.
Okay, next on the list, the ordinance for the firehouse parking lot.
Well, we're not gonna do-
Came up with that.
Yes.
At the end.
They want management to have more involvement in the areas of collecting. Just hasn't done it yet. But those are the two, that's the only two we ever have. Councilman Lorenzo,
That's
to you. I guess we'll start with Vera. I need your signature on every one of them because they don't want any copies.
Taxpayers.
Right, yeah, we don't.
There's only one. Okay.
Okay. Flyer around about it. That's how everybody knew about it. There was a flyer that went out to let everybody know that the taxes were gonna go up.
To the homeowners too, even though, you know, at least a flyer.
$10 that will be reflected in the tax bill. So we've been
Chester's
calling
doing
around.
it.
Chester does, yes.
Now, will this be the medical marijuana that you have to boil, you have to have a prescription for it?
Yes.
That,
We never paid for it. I know when Derek was do QuickBooks.
well, that would, if you had that program, the program that you were getting, that would set up your budget. And you have, say, $100 in your budget for whatever. And you spend X amount of dollars, and you tell him, yes, we have to use that program. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Something to think about. Let's see, remembering, 20 to 22% is engineering, which goes to Leon Hall. So if you have a factor is 13 is out of borough 5 minutes the last few months, it doesn't reflect who wasn't physically here. Like Jim Glass is remote. How come that's not reflected? This is something that started way back when Whitman was governor. You might want to look into that, because that's something where they have I think it's free of charge. Like the city of Asbury Park, they did it, but they had to come up with a schedule, because I asked her for a copy of the contract. She said, well, we really don't have a contract. But she says, this is what I found. This is what the school board agreed to on June 16th.
Well, it's funny, I just talked to her yesterday.
Well,
She didn't say anything about that.
I don't remember.
She told me she couldn't do anything,
She said, well, she doesn't know, she'll find out. I asked too many questions.
right, they don't have a contract.
Session 36 is the report. Well, first I'll piggyback off of what he said in regards to the codification of ordinances. Who knows what's going to happen next year, when next pandemic might come up, but that is something that you need to, I don't know, what am I saying? And touch, Mr. Touch? Fine touch. Thank you for, giving, excuse me? It's okay. I want to thank you for giving us a background on the codification of ordinances and understanding that some of us aren't aware of what's going on when you guys are having conversations, and it's important to pull in the audience, especially if you've taken time to come here to be a part of this. I do have a question as far as, are you guys governed by the Robert Rules of Order? Do you guys follow them? Okay,
Yes.
so the way motions are being made are incorrect. It should be I move to, and then make the motion. It should not just be I'm putting a motion out for so. You're supposed to use the correct wording that Robert strongly recommends. Council members should not feel as though I have to vote yes or no. If it's clear on readiness with whatever I forgot, we should not be wasting time waiting for just somebody to say it because the meeting going on. The last thing is that I noticed that the playground was open this week and it wasn't. Is no longer climb the fence, which opens you up for liability. But at this point, it needs to be cleaned every day if we're going to keep
The motion to adjourn our meeting.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Jeff,